Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello, once again, it's the Take a Listing Today podcast number 19. You are going to be so glad that you joined us today because we're going to talk about the 5 rules of real estate direct mail marketing and how it can make you a success.
And if you can take this information today, put it into place, this will actually help you go out and take a listing today. You will see how it compounds here in a bit.
Exactly. And don't forget our website, takealistingtoday.com, where you can sign up for our next live recording and ask questions of the experts. So along with Todd Robertson, I'm Jim Studebaker, and over there is our host, Lisa Gray.
Hey.
Parade wave.
Oh, parade wave. That tells me
Nice,
she's been
I
in a
like
couple
that.
parades. How would she know the parade wave?
Just the audience.
You're hanging out with parades?
Audience perspective.
All right. Excellent. So for those of you on our webinar, if you want to hit the button to raise your hand or just type in a question, we will get to as many of those as possible during our show today. So direct mail marketing, 5 rules to it. Everybody kind of knows direct mail. It's a good thing. They see all the other agents in town doing it. What do you need to know about direct mail? Well, seriously, it's exploded over the last few years, and there are many studies that demonstrate why it has gotten so popular. Let me share a few stats, may I?
Please.
Thank you. Did you know that 76% of consumers trust direct mail when making a decision? 80% of households read their mail. 75% were actually able to recall the brand after seeing it in several direct mail pieces. And direct mail is 20% more persuasive than digital media, meaning emails and things like that.
And let me add something here because you bring up a great point, and I know I have this conversation in terms of Market Dominator with agents every week, and their debate is, well, do I put all my money in technology or do I do the ground game, right? And what I like to say is, hey, if everybody's going to zig, you zag. Of course, you have to have a technology footprint, but you don't have to put all your eggs there. Let's go where they ain't, meaning the mailbox.
Exactly. Because a lot of, when the email took over, we'll do that, it's free. And,
right.
You have to stand out now, right? That's part of what you got to do.
I actually have, somebody's raising their hand. We have a question already. So you've said something. You've already piqued interest. This is Ann Larson. And I'm going to go ahead and unmute her and make her live. Ann?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello. Is this Ann?
Hello?
Hello, Ann.
You are live on the air.
Oh, I'm live. Hi.
Yeah, hi. You have a question for us.
Yeah, so I've heard, is it true that those long-term direct mail campaigns are really expensive if you're just starting out?
Long-term direct mail campaigns expensive.
You want to go first? I'll go second.
I'm going to say, do you mean it's expensive if you do it or if you don't do it? Right?
It's expensive to do it.
Well, here's what happens, and the reason I say that. So if you do a direct mail campaign, depending on how big of an area you're doing, depending on how often you do it, expensive? I don't know. It might be expensive, but what you want to look at is what return are you getting? If you spend $500 a month on direct mail, but it's returning $5,000 in commissions that you would not otherwise have received, I'd say that's a winner. Would you agree with that?
Exactly. I would agree 100%. And I would also say the following, that it's not expensive because of a couple reasons. Number one, it's tax write-off. Number two, let's say you have an area or a carrier route, a piece of geography that you're going to mail to. Listings will pop up whether you or any agent does marketing or not. Someone's going to get those. They might as well go to you.
It's a good point. So,
right.
If you don't do it and you don't share those commissions, well, then, you're worse off. So is it expensive? I don't know, but any kind of direct mail with a good return on investment is worth it.
What we should do? That was a great question. We should give her a chance to win, unless she already has it. You probably already have the book called Become a Listing Legend, I'm sure, and already read it 3 times, yes?
Oh, I'm not so sure about that. I'm so busy with all this direct mailing.
Oh. Okay. Well, since you're so busy with direct mail, maybe you could use a $25 gift card from ProspectsPLUS. Would that help you out?
That'd be nice.
I think I'd love that.
All right. Well, we're not just going to give it to you. You have to, of course, earn it. So I'll take a question off the top, as is typical here, and we will give you the question, and we'll see if you have the answer. Are you ready?
I sure am.
All right.
Good luck. I want you to win.
Question number 1. Who invented the airplane? Very simple. Who invented the airplane?
Could it have been... Could it have been the Wright brothers?
The Wright brothers. Lisa, what do you think?
I sure hope so.
You sure hope so. All right. That is a winner. Very nice. All right. The Wright brothers, for a bonus point, where did they make their first flight?
On the planet Earth. Oh, I'm sorry.
On Earth, not you. Our caller. Did she?
The Wright brothers' first flight. Could that have been in Kitty Hawk?
Kitty Hawk. Very good.
Oh, wow. We've got a very intelligent, sharp realtor
excellent.
here. Thank you for calling in. That was outstanding.
Well, congratulations. You have won yourself a $25 gift card from Prospects Plus
and the book, Become a Listing Legend.
What a deal. You're going to love those. Thank you very much for calling in today.
All right, thank you.
All right.
This is Lisa.
Oh.
Go ahead and give me your contact information. Send that to me in the chat box, and we'll get those things out to you right away. Thank you, Ann.
All right. Thank you very much, Ann. Appreciate doing that.
I want to add one thing to the answer to Ann's question. You were talking about, so let's say you invest $200, $500 a month in a direct mail campaign, but you're making, maybe your return is $5,000. We also want to remember that the form of marketing you're doing, once you have that client, that new client, what is the lifetime value of that client? So maybe you've earned $5,000, $10,000 in that client from that campaign, but over time, as you continue, this person is now in your sphere of influence, you continue to market to them, where is that value going? So
That's
keep
a great,
that in mind as well.
Great point, because what Lisa just said right there will help a realtor build their book of business as they're doing their campaign. So that's a beautiful thing.
All right, so let's get down to the 5 rules that we promised you at the beginning of our show. The 5 rules of direct mail marketing. Rule number 1, it's all about the mailing list. You need to decide who to put on your mailing list. And to do that, you need to ask 3 questions. Number 1, what is the purpose of your direct mail campaign? Number 2, is it... I guess this is still on number 1. Lisa, who puts a bullet after the same question? Especially when you have to turn the page.
I think that was Lisa's ex-secretary that printed
Is that
this
it?
out.
All right, good. Thank you.
Secretary.
No, your ex-secretary.
Oh, my ex-secretary, Marge.
Marge, you're out of here. All right. So, what is the purpose of your direct mail campaign? Is it brand awareness? Are you sending to a farm, generating more buyers, more listings, or perhaps a specific niche market? Bullet number 2, Marge. We only put the bullets on the actual ones here. Drill down. If you want buyers, are you targeting renters, such as first-time home buyers, or are you targeting people who are relocating, downsizers, maybe a move-up market, lifestyle buyers looking for lakefront property or an over 55 neighborhood? And third, utilize targeted mailing list tools like those available on ProspectsPLUS.com to search out, target, and create your specific list.
And I would like to say, so you can actually go and buy a list. You can call us and we can help you. You want to buy a list of people that going through tax situation, divorce situation, live in their house over 9 years. And point number 1, if you're taking notes with all these ideas, make sure that you're not going to put a sporadic marketing campaign in place, meaning I'm going to try this for a couple months, I'm going to try this for a couple months, I'm going to try this for a couple months. Point being what? The light bulb will light the room a little tiny bit. The laser will cut through steel. We're going to help you cut through steel and dominate this game called real estate.
And you have to be consistent with that.
Exactly.
Not, like you said, a little bit here, a little bit there. Figure out what you want to do and stick with it. Now, if you need some ideas on ProspectsPLUS.com, there are a number of targeted markets and mailing lists that you can get. Do you want to target golf courses or boaters or people who like tennis? Those are all available to you, those lists, and you can market only to those specific people. Therefore, you're making the most out of your marketing money. So rule number 2, have a powerful call to action. Make sure you have something that you're going to compel your recipient to do, such as, here's some great things: free offers, a free list of homes, free market analysis, a free report offering information like how to save money for down payment or how to chop $24,000 off your mortgage. That is a really compelling reason for somebody to get a hold of you.
And by the way, that's one of our free reports in Prospects Plus that actually exists, and it's all done for you.
Yeah. Offer free home staging, free pre-sale home inspections, anything like that. But make sure you keep your call to action easy. You don't want to make it difficult for them to respond to you or take advantage of your offer. Make sure it's super, super easy.
Simplicity sells, and make sure that it's friction-free for them to do business with you.
Mm-hmm. That brings us up to rule number 3, design your direct mail piece the right way. Your message, the headline, the copy, graphics, photos, it is all intertwined to make it successful. If you've got more than one photo and a lot of copy, choose a larger postcard to make sure that everything is going to fit on there and be easy to read. Use an easy-to-read font. Sans serif and Arial are standard fonts used in marketing because they are very easy to read. And Lisa's ex-secretary put the show notes in that easy-to-read font as well. Appreciate that.
I mean, speaking of easy to read, and we talk about white space, right? And we'll bring that up here in a second. But how many times have you driven down a road and seen a billboard for a realtor, right? And they think they have to fill it all up, and you drive by and you're more confused. Simplicity sells.
Right, and just to expand on that sans serif, because I think there are many people that don't understand what that is. That means there's no curly cues. There's nothing pretty and decorative about the font. It's a very masculine block type font. If you want to create something more visually appealing in your postcard, that's going to be the graphics you use, the photos that you use, the colors that you use, your color story. That's where you can evoke emotions. Keep the copy very easy block font.
Okay, excellent. So in addition to the type of font, you want to make sure that you choose a short, bold, compelling headline. Headings, subheadings, only use high resolution, nice looking photographs. Don't put text over your photos. Make sure your offer stands out. And make sure that your contact information is easy to find. That's why you're sending this out, after all, is so people can contact you either on the phone, email, website, whatever it is that you want to do. Make sure it's very, very easy to find. And rule number 4. Todd, you looked ahead here. Rule number 4,
yes.
Continuity is the key. Whether you choose to run a monthly campaign, bi-monthly, quarterly, understand that consistency is what will pay off for you. And that brings us back to the old marketing law, 3727 law of branding, which we've mentioned before on this show. We still haven't figured out if that's federal law, state law, but...
However, we do know one thing, that if you break the law, marketing-wise as a realtor, you don't get branded.
And that's not what we want to do here. We want to get branded and don't break the law.
Todd, can you give us a quick reiteration of that law?
Sure. So what's the 3727 law of branding? Okay. If you look at your competition, they're going to send out pieces every now and again, or when they get some money or get around to it. All right. Our people aren't going to play that way. And by the way, before I go into 3727, I want to add one thing about this subject. Send out the biggest, nicest marketing piece you can. Why? Perception becomes reality. I have sitting on my desk a lot of, let's say, panoramic, cheap pieces of paper, people that show up twice a year. And you think about that mentally, outside of a referral, outside of a friend or family member in the business, that's the perception of that realtor, right? Mm-hmm. So show up larger than life because perception becomes reality. 3727 simply means this. It takes 3 contacts for somebody to start to know, oh, that's Jim. It takes 7 contacts for somebody to associate Jim and his profession. Oh, that's Jim. That's right. I think he's in real estate. Mm-hmm. Watch this. Most agents never get here. It takes 27 contacts for them to associate you and your profession here. Mind share equals market share. People think marketing doesn't work. The old saying, how do you spell relief?
Right. The old TV commercial.
Right.
R-O-L-AIDS.
R-O-L-A-I-D-S. And that hasn't been on the air in 15 years.
Wow.
So there's some great magic to that. So they followed this rule. They got branded. There are companies out there, think about that pillow guy on TV all the time. He's getting branded. He's going past this rule.
So there's a reason why professional marketing people have that consistency. They show up time and time again so that they become the brand name in your head. When somebody thinks, I need a pillow, they think of the pillow guy.
Right.
When they say, oh, I had some bad fish for lunch, you say, oh, Rolaids.
Rolaids, exactly. Kleenex, right? Kleenex is not I want a tissue, I want a Kleenex.
Right.
They knew the 3727 law of branding.
Right, exactly. So keep that in mind. Use it to your advantage. Decide when to send out your marketing, because it can change based on current conditions, trends, or your real estate activity. For example, additional mailings might include sending out just listed and just sold postcards at the appropriate times when you have a new listing or when one of your listings sells. Holiday postcards throughout the year. Neighborhood updates or newsletters. Make it, you want to show people that you are the neighborhood expert in your farm area.
And let me elaborate on what you said about the holiday cards. I think that's so great for a lot of reasons, but one specific reason. Most real estate agents are going to go into hibernation, cruise control about that time. So touch them in a good, happy way. Who doesn't enjoy getting a holiday card in the mail? Mm-hmm. You're not asking for anything. If your photo's there, your company's there, your contact, they know who you are and what you do.
Right.
That's just a nice touch.
Well, and to piggyback on that, also birthday card.
Yes.
Even a recipe card in the fall. I mean, right before Thanksgiving, right before the Christmas holiday, to send out a really cool recipe card, you're giving them something. How nice is that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The law of reciprocation. Beautiful.
And with the neighborhood update cards, you're giving them information. Here's what houses are for sale for in your area. Here's what houses have sold for. Here's the information that you need if you're thinking of selling your own home.
Exactly. Informative.
So rule number 5, maybe the most important rule, you need to track your results. Whether you decide to do it with a URL or a phone number, a landing page, whatever you decide, tracking your results is vital to your direct mail campaign, because you need to see what is working for you. If something isn't working, take some money away from that, give it towards the things that are working, but give it time to build up with that consistency, the law of branding. Keep in mind, whatever you use, only use it for that campaign so you can achieve a clear understanding of the results. Now, what is a good response rate? Response rates can vary, but the experts out there say between 1 to 5% response is what you should shoot for.
Now, there's a secret strategy I want to share here for those of you listening, watching, or taking notes that I got from Jay Abraham years ago, one of the best marketers in the country. And here's what he said. If you're going to send out marketing, postcards, or Market Dominator, or Jumbo, whatever it is, his strategy was this. So you know who it's going to go to. You could find the numbers. There's ways out there to find them. Mm-hmm. His strategy was, if I know my postcard's going to hit on Monday, I'm going to call them on Friday or Saturday. Here was his strategy. Hi, Mr. and Ms. Seller. This is Jay Abraham with ABC Realty. I just wanted to make sure you got my postcard that I sent to you last week. Wanted to see what questions you had about it. No, we didn't. I'm sorry. Should have already been there. But anyway, here's what it's going to be, and here's what it is. And by the way, who do you know that needs a buy or sell now or in the near future?
Okay.
So not only have they had a little dialogue, they planted the seed so that person is now indirectly looking for that piece of mail.
And they're going to tie that together when they receive that piece of mail the following week.
Right.
They're going to say, oh, this is the guy who called me. What was his name? Oh, Jay Abraham, because it'll be right there on the postcard.
And he said, and I remember listening to his audio about that strategy, he's like 99.something% will not do this. The ones that do will get better numbers than you're seeing here. But you have to have some chutzpah, some guts, some courage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's okay to call somebody and say, oh, want to make sure you didn't have any questions on that. You're not saying, hey, do you want to sell your house?
Right.
Hey, do you want to spend money? No.
Right.
Very, very low-key, low-threat.
Exactly. And you did send it and might or might not have made it.
Right.
So it's another touch, correct.
That's an outstanding idea. Final thought, Lisa, unless you've got any questions over there, don't forget that certain campaigns can take time to show you results. Going back to that 3727 law of branding.
Actually, this is a perfectly timed question from Mary Stewart. She's asking, how do you know when to give up on a campaign?
That's a good question. How do you know when it's time to give up? Well, what do you think, Todd?
So I would say two things, depending on the type of campaign that you're running. In other words, let's say you're attacking a piece of geography and you're going to hit that, maybe it's every door direct, and you're going to go once a month, or you have a mail list. right? Two things. So I would say don't give up if you're in the real estate business. Only give up if you're going to leave that industry. But here's why. Be as present as you can with those people. Let them see you. Let them get to know you at a community event. Let them get to shake hands with you. Maybe you, some way, somehow. So now when that marketing piece hits, your results are a lot higher. So I say you don't give up. You turn the volume up and say, okay, how can I bring me to the table so my marketing is more efficient? Because here's how we have to start thinking now. It's a way different mindset. If we don't reach those people and help them list their home, they will list with a lesser trained agent that might overprice it, and it'll be on the home longer. So think about, as a realtor, you have to get strong in terms of your conviction. So if I don't do marketing, they're going to list with a lesser agent that could cost them a lot of time and money.
Yes, and here's my thought, and this is a true story. An agent sent a postcard to my house every month consistently, probably for 2.5 years. I had no intention on selling my house, but hey, I saw that agent. I still remember his name. I'm not going to say it so I don't embarrass him, but it came consistently, and then all of a sudden it stopped. So as far as I know, that guy's not in business anymore because I stopped getting his mailers. I still remember from 3 years ago that I still remember his name and what office he was with, but I'm assuming he's gone because he stopped his mailers. So if he had just continued doing it, and if he's still in business, sometime I'm going to be ready to sell, and I would probably think of that guy.
Exactly. It's a very, very fickle thing in this business because they know there are a lot of realtors out there, and exactly, they see you, and then they don't see you, and then other people pop up in the mail. So it gets very confusing to them. But the people that don't go away are the ones that will win, because they realize at some point, outside of a referral or friend or family in the business, they realize, wow, you're playing at this level. They know the market. They know the market statistics. Get them the listings, get them the referrals.
Exactly. Does that help out our caller? Or chatter? I guess she didn't call.
You said, yes, you have answered my question.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you, Mary.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being with us on our podcast today. I hope we shared with you everything that you ever wanted to know about the rules of direct mail marketing. And if you'd like to be part of our next audience for our next live taping of the podcast, go to our website, takealistingtoday.com, to view the dates of our next tapings and to sign up. If you do that, you'll have a chance to ask questions and maybe even win a prize.
So stay strong, stay powerful, and go out today. Implement the strategies we're giving you so you can actually take a listing today.
And our podcast is brought to you by ProspectsPLUS, offering a multitude of marketing for your success. Visit them at ProspectsPLUS.com. See you next time.